Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'll be making the Bat My Heels. Before I start, if you watch my content often, because it appears in your recommendations, why not subscribe? It's free and you'll see my videos as soon as they come out. But anyway, let's get into the video. First off, I needed a shoe base. I found these at a charity shop for £1. That's less than $2 for you Americans. I started off by cleaning the shoes to get the dirt and dust off. They'd obviously been worn 1 or 2 times, but for £1 I'm not really complaining. After they had been cleaned, I decided I'd start by painting the back white. I added masking tape to stop the paint from going where I didn't want it to, but it still kind of did anyway. When the sides were taped up, I painted the black with white acrylic paint. It took all day and around 5 coats on both shoes to cover it nicely. Whilst the shoes were drying after a coat, I made the bat wings. I took a bit of newspaper and drew a wing on it. I added a little tab to it as well. Then of course I cut this out to use as a template. After it was cut out, I checked how it looked on the shoe size wise. The tab was a bit too big, so I cut it down a little. Once the template looked good, I got some cereal box cardboard and traced the template 4 times, 2 facing left and 2 facing right. Then I cut them out carefully. Also, remember to recycle your cardboard and paper waste. The next step was to glue the wings together. I glued a left wing and a right wing together so the printed side of the cardboard would be glued together and not visible. When I was left with 2 wings, I trimmed off a few pieces before bending the tab of the wing. I also added a bit of glue to the crease just to give it a bit of strength. I then painted them with some black acrylic paint. After they were painted, I took a bit of white paint to add detail. The technique consisted of having a tiny bit of paint on my brush and painting a curve before blending it, making one side more blended than the other. I also did this to both sides of both wings. By this time, the paint on the shoes were dry, so I grabbed those and removed the masking tape. I also touched a few places up with some Tipp-Ex because the masking tape didn't work too well. Then I took some matte Mod Podge and sealed the white paint. Without this, the paint would probably just chip off. Now, the fun part was putting the glue all over the shoes. The shoes were super shiny and I didn't really like it, so the matte glue was put on to dull the shine. I put some glue on the bat wings too. After everything was dry, I curved the tabs on the back of the bat wings. I decided to use lace for the bows instead of any other fabric because I thought it needed a bit more detail. I cut some strips and make sure it's long enough so you can see it from under the rose, and I sewed the middle bits together to create the bow look. I used super glue to attach the bows to the shoes. I made sure they were as flat as they could be, so adding the fake foam roses wouldn't be too much of a hassle. I glued the roses on and made sure they were very secure. After the roses were added, it was time to put the bat wings on. I glued the rose on the little tab of the wing, and I did the same to the other shoe. And here's the finished product. Let me know what you think about it. Now, I have absolutely no idea how to walk or pose in heels, so I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to if I'm gonna continue doing Royal High stuff. But yeah, I'm happy with how these turned out. I think that they look pretty good. I know that the style of shoe isn't very accurate, but I don't want to die, you know? But yeah, if you liked them, maybe leave a like and a comment, maybe even share it with your friend. That would definitely help me out a lot. I also have another Halloween video in the works, so stay tuned for that. I have a Roblox group that you can find on my profile, LL Comics. My Twitter is where I'm most active. If you make anything, you can tag me on Twitter. I also have 2 Instagram accounts, one is for cosplay and one is for art. You can tag me in your creations on the cosplay one. I also have a TikTok where I showcase my cosplays, but if you do not have TikTok, I will be uploading any TikToks to my Instagram Reels. Thanks for watching and goodbye!